Hello, how are you doing today? Welcome to the first edition of Legend of Heroes. We're going to be doing a Let's Play of Legend of Heroes. My name is Omni/024, and I'm going to be playing these games off and on for the foreseeable future. I'll be playing these games in order, in timeline order as well. So we will be playing Legend of Heroes. We'll be playing Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I'll be doing the first chapter. I'll be doing the second chapter. And we'll be doing the third chapter. I'm going to go in here. Let's load it up here. Alright. So we'll be doing the first chapter, the second chapter, and the third chapter. We will be going through these games in the order in timeline order that they are set. So when I get into the Cross Bell series, which is Trails in the Sky, which is Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero and to Azure. I will also be doing the cross between Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. Those games do intersect with each other, so we will be doing that. I'll be adhering to all canon rules that we have romantic feelings for. So I will not be deviating from those plans. I will not be using any mods for these games because I think mods kind of cheapen things. I will not be using any language in these games as well. I will not be using the Japanese voice actors or anything like that. I feel Japanese voice acting takes away from the experience. So I will be acting out these characters' things, okay? Furthermore, I will not be... Okay, fix quick menu button, click, format pair lines. I never knew these. Okay, whatever. It's actually pretty cool, interesting. Try to turn the background music down just a tad so you can hear me better. I'll put the voices on. The battle voices will be on. But they will not be
Okay.
Yay! Okay, cool. I will have the battle voices on, of course, but I will not be doing anything like any voice acting, anything like that. It's like shit, stuff like that. I might be swearing up and down like a soldier if I get into a tough fight. So I'll be doing all of that, okay? And more. Let me make sure that my Twitch is working set up properly. So hold on. Okay. Make sure everything's set up properly. Hi, how you doing? Okay. I'm gonna mute my phone so I can look at I can look at messages, but I won't be able to I'll be able to look at messages on here. Okay, okay. So as for my controller setup, I am disabled. Okay. I only use one hand. So I will be using this right here. I'll be using this Joy-Con. It's a Joy-Con. It's a Switch Joy-Con. It's combined together. To help me with the controller. I can use one hand with it, and I have it hooked up to my PC with a converter. It's called a Brooks Super Converter Wii U. I'll give you a look see. It is a simple product. It works really well with what you need to do. I hook it up to my PC, and I am able to hook up my Switch controllers to this, and then I just go through Steam and enable the controller. And it might not have the same the same exact like a button like whatever it tells you to do, like button wise, but it's kind of like you don't really look at that anyway. So but anyway, that's what I'll be doing with it. So yeah, I will be doing these Let's Plays for quite a while. More probably, I will not probably be on like all the time. I'll probably be on at different times of the day. And depending on what happens, I might be on for like 20 minutes, or I might be on for like 5 hours. Just things like that. So, but yep, this will be that. I'm gonna go back to this. No, I do not want any promotions, and I'm not going to ask for any. We're just a bot. Get out of here. Why do these bots always want to these bots always want to come in, first thing they want to do, hey, I want to promote your channel, blah blah blah. I don't need promotion. No, I do not. So in any case, here we go. We will be doing these now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing these games the way they're meant to be played. which is I'm going to go around talking to every single person in the towns. I will also be going around and talking to every single person in the areas, and looking at their stories, because that's what we do here in RPGs. We don't just go and blaze through everything, because blazing through everything is not fun, in my opinion. Not fun at all. So, let's get started. We will start with Trails in the Sky. First chapter, and this starts right now. So let us begin. Okay, we will be doing this on on average difficulty, because I think it's better just to do on normal difficulty. It's not that hard, but like, I mean, you know. I mean, you know, we're just playing through the story anyway. So, okay. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. And Cher's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look? What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate mid-child or something? Did you betray mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Scheherazade, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl's going to get me into trouble one of these days with all of her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. And I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Wow! His eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please, just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why? Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright! Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mentioned it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the subject. Ow! Quit yelling! Alright already. But your jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear Y-E-L-L-I-N-G? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, that thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and polite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... Ugh! It's so bright in here. Oh, man, I slept like a rock. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Ah, guess that's a no. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. Nice, Joshua! Bravo! Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? You're the same age and I'm hardly a man. Tisk, tisk, tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. You may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really, I believe that when I stopped finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we've finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either. You still lack understanding, still. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a robbery here, you two. And so, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test still. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap! Totally forgot! Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll be in somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear the two of you act so much alike at whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there, of course. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Juan Sal's scallop fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? Well, what's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or stomachs. You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude! But I can't actually say it's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General's goods store. You're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. See, 500 mirror. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Scheherazade my regards. By the way, Dad, how's it go? Is it going to be alright if you stay at home like this instead of going to the guild today? You haven't been there for a couple of days now. Unfortunately, I have a lot of paperwork to sort out. But don't you worry, I'm carrying a big enough workload that the guild's not likely to fire me anytime soon. It's not exactly the most convincing thing I've heard come out of your mouth. How about yourself? Shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? Scheherazade is waiting, right? So always double check what they say. Always double check twice. Okay, so you can check here. This leads outside. Go back in. Look at some stuff here. So this is Estelle's room. Yes, you can sleep here if you want. I'm not going to. We don't need to. We can check things out here. So So that's her staff, one of her staffs. She owns a huge collection of shoes down here, as you can see. Has her own stuff, her own little thing, little setup here. This is Josh's room, all neat and tidy. Has a chest, some stuff that you know. We have a balcony outside, pretty cool. There's a standing log for staff practice. Oh, they do not practice their stuff out here. They practice it on monsters. And we will be doing that shortly. While we're at it. I guess we don't have menu option yet. So we will eventually. This is the Leith Highway. Now we can move this. Now look at that great family home right there. Plus, Bright House. Relent. Caroon Gate is... So, well, if we go this way, it'll be, Estelle, Relent City is in the opposite direction. You're not sleepwalking again, are you? How about you just be quiet and keep your comments to yourself? So we can't go that way yet. City of Relent. It looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Alright, before we do that, we're gonna look around. Alright, so that's the exit. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna actually talk to everybody first. So let's see, let's go in here. Ogres, arms and guards. Top of the morning to you kids. Good morning, Mr. Elder. Good morning, sir. Well, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is your last day of training, isn't it? I'd seem to remember you saying something about it at the last time I had you run the store. Yes, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do fine, Joshua. Now, Stella, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrain trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up! And don't call me scatterbrain. Okay, you two, let's not fight now. And shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? It seems like, just like yesterday that Estelle was clinging all over Cassius, and now she's a bracer. It looks like I'm getting old. Alright, we can buy some stuff, but unfortunately, we just do not have the money for it. So, let's get out of here. Besides, we will have all the money in the world that we need to buy everything eventually, trust me. Once we start making Sabbath and everything, which is really what this game is all about, make Sabbath and everything like that, we'll have enough money for just about anything we can possibly ever want. So, but the first thing we need to do is, well, we need to fight monsters and everything. So that, it does require a bit of grinding. And I will do some of this grinding, like, overnight. Like, with that. Overnight, offline, whatever else, so you guys will not have to watch it all. Phone is not hooked up properly. It needs to be hooked up properly because I'm gonna lose power. Okay. Oh, there we go. Alright, also I'm gonna look at something here. So we are not doing anything like that. Okay, sorry. Let's talk her. Good morning, Stella. Oh my, well, if it is Stella and Joshua, are you on your way to bracer training? Yeah, and just you watch. I'm going to pass this exam and be as good of a bracer as Cher too. You're darn right you are. I have faith in you. By the way, Stella. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you wash your face? How about your teeth? Did you brush them too? Joshua's so fastidious, but you always forget to take care of yourself. Come on, that was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore, right, Joshua? Now that you mention it, you did take off from home the other day with your hair all in a mess, right? Ugh! That was only because it was an emergency. Mr. Renone got the newest Stregabrain sneakers in on that day. Estelle! Yes! You listen to me carefully. For a girl your age, you need to take care of these things. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright, I'll be more careful from now on. Well, that's it. Now, how about the both of you get over to the guild? Man, you just can't argue with her. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright. See, this is why you talk to people all the time, because there's always stories within stories of everything. So let's go in here and talk to our main general goods. Good morning, Mr. Renoon. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Strigas? Unbelievable! You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Ah ha ha ha! Of course. Ha ha! You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Strigas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them in around noon. Noon, no? That's right in the middle of our training at the Guild House. We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. So you two are going to become bracers, are you? I'm jealous. I wanted to be a bracer when I was a kid, too. You could probably say that every boy in the world wants to be a bracer at least once in their lives. Except that this one's a girl. Why do you have to make such a big deal out of things, Joshua? There are other female bracers like Cher, too. I didn't mean it in a bad way. Well, hang in there and study hard. When I get my copies of the Liberal News in, I'll set one aside for you. Alright, so we don't have anything yet. We'll be buying all these too. Everything we'll be buying. Well, we will have enough for everything, trust me. But right now we will go and talk to this old lady who... The morning air is so crisp and fresh. Let's see. It's about time I water my lovely flowers. Let's see, it's about time I water my lovely flowers. Okay, so she's not doing anything yet. She will be, however, eventually. Alright, next stop is... Alright, so we already looked in here. Over here. The weather is so wonderful and revitalizing today. I have a strange feeling that something good is going to happen. Ah, that girl is so cute. I got to be courageous and try to talk to her. Well, look at what the cat dragged in. Estelle and Joshua, how you been? Good morning, Mr. Fate. Good morning, sir. How's your father, Cassius? Is he doing well? Yep, he's doing so well, it might even surprise you. I don't think there's anyone else's age who's in such good shape. Haha, is that so? My daughter really wanted to see him, but he hasn't shown his face around here in a while. Could you give him a message for me? Tell him that Fate says he'd like to talk about the old days sometimes. Sure, we'll tell him. Hey, Joshua. How does Mr. Fate know Dad's so well again? I know they're friends and all, but I've heard that they were battle buddies during their days in the Royal Army. Oh yeah, that's right. Please tell your father to stop by again sometime. I really like to talk to him about the good old days. Okay, so we go in here. I'm going here. That's the Orbital shop. We need to actually stop in there. Let's see here. It looks like my husband's gone to work. I better do the housework quickly and heading out to take care of the shopping. Farming, mining, and timber. Those are the three major industries here in Relent. It's no exaggeration to say that these industries are what support the web economically. The timber industry, which grows forests, and in turn uses the trees as resources, began as Queen Alesha's behest. No matter how abundant the woods and forests are here in Relent, they are not limitless. Her Majesty the Queen has a good head on her shoulders and a real knack for business. It's why Liberl, for such a small country that it is, is a major political power. Okay. But it is a monarchy. My husband works in the amalgam mine to the north of here. He left here at the crack of dawn. Sometimes he doesn't even come home for days on end. I hope he doesn't get burned out from working so much. I'm always worrying about that. Okay. My daddy's job is digging holes, and he finds lots of pretty rocks inside. He says they're called septium. My dad says his job is digging holes. The children are pretty cute in this too. They say some stupid things sometimes. And you're like, what the hell? So this, I think this is where we came in, right? We came in here, not through here. We didn't go out here. This is just an area. And then we go through here, and yeah, go through here. Right, let's stop in at the Orbital shop real fast. Not stopping off at the Bracer Guild yet. Stop there. Why, if it isn't Joshua and Estelle, how are those orbits working out for you that we tuned the other time you were here? In your case, Estelle, it's not whether the orbit is good or bad. The problem lies in the way you use it. You're always jumping into things without a second thought, so you end up being slow to learn. If you just start thinking before you start swinging, then you'd learn twice as much. Well, excuse me for sucking. There, no need to get upset. Everyone has these problems when they first start out. You can get the hang of things. If you can get the hang of things, you'll gradually be able to handle them better. That's right. I'm going to master using this as quick as I can and surpass even Joshua. Yeah, whatever. When I first entered the Lace Central factory, I pretty much couldn't use one of these things either. Even you couldn't use one, Freddy? Yeah, but I can still become an engineer even if I can't use one. But since you're aiming to become a bracer, you'll have to learn how. Arg! Everyone has a bit of trouble getting the hang of battle ornaments from the start. If you can get the hang of things, eventually you'll be able to handle them better, so... Okay, so... need to open one right now. We still don't have access to the menu yet. We will. Hey, I'm still setting up shop. Ah, Syl and Joshua. You seem to be here rather early. Good morning, Mr. Milgers. Good morning, sir. We appreciate you fixing that orbit light the other day. Speaking of orbit lights, isn't the one outside our house burned out? We should get that replaced ASAP. Ornaments sure are a daily life necessity, aren't they? When I was a lad, there weren't many of these orbit thingies. Now we can get fire and light with the mere flip of a switch, and even ships fly in the skies. I don't like it. Don't you kids think things are way too convenient these days? Oh crap, there he goes again about the old days. Yeah, well, if you just learned to shut your big trap. When I was young, I made things a reality through hard work and sweat. Sweat, I tell ya! It would be nice if the young kids these days knew the meaning of the phrase hard work. Aha! You're probably right. Ornaments are convenient, alright, but I get worried that young kids don't understand what it means to work hard. You hear me, Estelle? Joshua? Don't forget what it means to stand on your own 2 feet. Alright. He probably says the same thing. Yep. Alright, so I'm done talking with them. I'll talk to her. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Did the two of you really become bracers? What? How did you know? That's because working in the media is my future goal. I'm going to join the Liberal News Service and work hard as a reporter. Don't take my information lightly either. Oh, sure thing. My gut feeling says that the two of you are going to be in the tabloids. Aha! Well, thanks. Isn't it romantic that you two lovers are bracers who stand for justice? I have this feeling that a juicy drama is about to unfold. Well, lovers? Joshua and I aren't lovers, we're family. You really don't understand anything, Estelle. Joshua's adopted, and things could go either way in the future, right? Plus, leaving it at that would surely please the readers. Readers. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the both of you in more ways than one. The two valiant bracers who had each other's backs and attempted to escape from the crisis. Ah, love could definitely grow between them from that point. This is so riveting. Alright. So we won't be able to exit. It's almost time to start training it still. So whoever did the Guild House on the South Avenue. Oh, alright. We have one place here. That boy! Where could Luke have gone? He took off without a bite of breakfast. Not everybody's gonna actually engage. Cough, cough. Unbelievable! My husband knocked over his bookshelves again. The room is now so dusty I can't go inside. Glory to the Kingdom. Compendium of Orbment Technology. Guide to the Lit Region. The Septian Church and the Bracer Guild. I wonder where that book I just bought the other day went. It looks like I'm going to have to put these books in order. And what do we have here? The Joy of Cooking Monsters? Did I really buy this? Make sure you check everywhere, because if you don't check everywhere, you're not going to find everything. Right? So we're gonna go into Ben Bor. We're going to Ben Bor. This way. Simon! Listen to me and listen well. Right now is the time for us to purchase lumber and Septium. Ignoring the potential risks, I'm going to buy as much as I can with the budget. My aim is to capitalize on the Queen's birthday celebration. I believe the prices of these goods will rise before and after the festival. It would be best to stock up on these commodities while they're cheap, and then put them onto the market later. So you run into Milano and Simon a lot as well. They walk around the kingdom quite a bit. Yes, I've already made arrangements regarding the lumber. I'm looking into the Septium right now. Crunch, smack, slurp, chew, 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 munch, 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 gulp. I get so hungry working in the mines. So he's eating like a... Welcome! Oh, Estelle and Joshua. It's been a while, hasn't it, also? Is there something going on today? Could it be that you're on a date together? Yeah, right, we're actually on our way to bracer training now. Oh, was that all? Everyone from Sunday school seems to have decided on a career or goal and is working hard to achieve it. As expected, you're a bit different than everyone else though. What? Is there something wrong with that? No, not at all. I just thought it was very like you to pick the unusual route, that's all. Oh, that's right. Tio decided that she was going to help out at her parents' farm. She even said for us all to go up and visit her sometime. So that's what Tio decided on, huh? Everyone from Sunday school seems to have decided on a career or goal and is working hard to achieve it. Anyway, good luck, Estelle. So Sunday school is basically in this franchise is their education that they have, and kids usually go to Sunday school in the church. In the Septium Church. Well, you'll learn about it as we go along. Come on. Don't act like an idiot. Anyway, hey, how you doing today? I was just away from the chat, so... Alright. Talk to this guy. Ooh, wholesome pasta. 100 here. Well, can't eat that right now. I started working here because the owner said he'd let me manage the bar. After they started the morning and lunch service, however, I've been more of a waiter than anything else. He doesn't say too much. Yeah, well, Stella and Joshua, aren't you a pair of early birds today? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Denzel. In response to the requests of my customers, I started offering breakfast. Today's special is wholesome pasta. It's superbly al dente. Today's special is wholesome pasta. It's superbly al dente. Alright, well, let's go up here and talk to his wife here. Let's see, yesterday's sales totaled. Our breakfast service has been going really well. Sometimes my husband comes up with some good ideas. Alright, well, she just says the same thing. So let's go out. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. So we go over here. We can go up here, but we're not leaving it. It's a mountainous area that we go into, or we can go into. Let's see. We can go in here. A lot of people will leave from Lent today, and a lot of people will come, which means a lot of checks will pass through here. Score! Staring at these girls is one of my simple pleasures. You know what I mean, right, Joshua? Sure. Hey, Ellen, you never change a bit. All this nonsense is the reason why you can't get a girlfriend. You wound me still. But it's because of this enjoyment that I feel that it's worth doing this job. It's apparent. Ha 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 ha! This guy's a serious nut job. Staring at these girls is one of my simple pleasures. Shoot, today of all days I slept in. I must have had one too many cold ones last night. Okay, I better hurry up with the pre-work inspections. It's time to get pumped. Scheduled flight from Brainsville is about to arrive. I better start making landing guide preparations. The next flight will be arriving from Bose this afternoon. This is the entrance to the traffic control tower. It looks like this is where they control the lightning devices and the boarding bridge. There's the old clock tower. Gonna have to catch me first. I'm the one who discovered it. I'm the one who discovered it. I'm the one who discovered it. Well, I guess you're just actually talking. Came with you. I'm the one who told you about the plate to begin with. they're too busy jacking up the storm right now to care. That will actually become important later on. We're gonna go in the clock tower here. Mr. Paddington! Now I know that voice from somewhere. Ho ho ho! Well, what have we got here? Cassius's naughty daughter and clever son. Well, just when I thought you hadn't been around in a while, you show up all grown. Are you here every day, Mr. Paddington? This place has become somewhat of a new home for me. I intend to spend the remainder of my days guarding this clock. This place has somewhat become a new home for me. What's wrong, Estelle? Something on your mind? It's nothing, really. How about we climb up to the observation deck? Sure, I guess. This is actually not the roof. It's just the so it has like a little area that you can look at and stuff. Alright, not the Bracer Guild yet. I'm not gonna go there yet. I was just on my way over to the forest of Mistwald to the south here for work. There was a merchant from Bose who came here to buy lumber. I need to get enough ready for the order I received. Ah, okay, there's the Hotel Relent. So the Hotel Relent, that's where people usually go in and stuff. You don't really have to go in here too much. These hotels too much. Welcome to the Hotel Relent. Are you here to spend the night? Verne? It's not Stone, you remember? Haha, I know, I was just joking, Estelle. I was practicing my greeting just now. Oh, really? Did you ever notice that Vern teases people with a straight face while being courteous at the same time? That's probably because he can. You know, Estelle, if you pass your exam, you'll be the second female bracer in Relent after Scheherazade. Oh, and good luck to you too, Joshua. Living room, employees only. We don't want to go in there. I think there's a maid in here. I'm not really sure. It might be in this room. Nope, nope, no maid. I thought that they usually have maids. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while since I played this game. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go into the church here. Good morning, Minium. Good morning. My, if this isn't Estelle and Joshua, good morning. Where are you off to this morning? It must be tough waking up so early. It has been a while since I saw the both of you. I'm impressed to see you visiting the chapel so early in the morning. Good morning, Father Divine. Good morning. You are habitually late and played hooky more than a few times during your Sunday school days, Estelle. So have you changed your attitude on life since you graduated? Ha ha ha! A bit, I guess. It looks like there is a little time before morning mass begins. So how about I give you both a special sermon? Oh, no thanks. Why am I getting thrown into the mix here? It looks like there's a little time before morning mass begins. How about I give you a special sermon? It's almost time for mass. Mylene is already here, so I best hurry along. Check the back here. Oh, Stella and Joshua. Good morning, you. Aren't Luke and Pat with you today? They were here just a minute ago. The two of them suddenly took off and went somewhere. I wonder where Luke and Pat went. This is the mayor's residence. Oh, he's running choppy. I'm so busy. This mansion is quite big. I've got the serving, cleaning, and washing to do. Mornings are so busy for a maid. Today's objective: to finish the cleaning before the missus returns from chapel. Oh, good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Good morning, Mayor Claus. Good morning. I've been hearing great things about the both of you. So you're undergoing bracer training, are you? Having such youngsters sign up all by themselves, become bracers, and protect everyone is inspiring. I expect great things out of you. We'll do our best. Having such youngsters sign up by themselves, become bracers, and protect everyone is inspiring. Expect great things out of you. There it is. Now it's running okay. Before it wasn't. It was running really choppy. I don't know what happened. I wonder why I decided to speak. Oh, I was acting like that. I don't know. Anyway, we talked to everybody, did everything. So now it's time to go into the bracer hall and train and do our actual training. So let us do that. We are ready to go. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Ina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Shahrazad's waiting for you upstairs. Good luck to the both of you. Now there's somebody that... There's Ina. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of fun things with Ina. The Star and the Hanged Man. The Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shira. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Why, you? Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Why, Joshua, Shira's picking on me. Don't worry, Shira. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Now, hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shira, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. So what would you like to know about? Okay, so we're going to actually ask about everything. Okay, about ornaments. Ornaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and type of quartz or processed septum installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. About bracers. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid in the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. What would you like to know about the Liberl Kingdom? The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zamorian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. So we are here in Rolantia right here, and to the east. Beauvais is to the north. Ron is to the west, and to the south is the Zeiss area. In the middle is Garansel, and it all circles around a lake called Valeria Lake. So we will visit all those places eventually. But this is a very long game, so be prepared. It's a very long game. A lot of stuff happens. So anyway, the Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zamorian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of Septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbits. Orbit technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence and as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive. But thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Let's see. Since we got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condenser review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I am going to have the both of you run through everything as if it were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time, you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful still. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, Till. You get one for each of your souls. Quit wasting time and go get them. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. See the Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where, these kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, a exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the names on the list, you can view their details. Quit scrolling around and check the job description. It's over there. So, let's see. So new is retrieval. Scheherazade, 5 on mirror. This training involves searching the sewers beneath your lint and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Scheherazade for details. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can easily be found by clicking on the Books tab on the item menu. It can also be accessed by configuration a Bracer Book shortcut button in the configuration menu. Very good! It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to creep my style. Sure, there are lots of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's oil factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure you be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbits and synthesize support force in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Milders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. No problem, leave everything to me. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Orbits are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbits. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbits, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each ornament is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of Sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So what is it that you would like to know about? Orbital arts. Simply put, orbital arts are magic, which can be destroyed exclusively through the use of your battle orbs. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored from these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Ornaments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental quartz value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, you want to use water. If you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, ornaments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for you. So what is it you would like to know about? Quartz are circuits made from Sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbit and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So what is it that you would like to know about? Sepith are fragments of sepium which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, brown, water, blue, fire, red, wind, green, time, black, space, gold, and mirage, silver. I also got a brown, earth and space confused sometimes because they look kind of similar. They can look kind of similar, but there's more gold quartz than brown, but whatever. Sepith can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbit slots in which to install these synthesized quartz. So what is it you would like to know about? It looks like Mr. Mulder has answered all your questions. If there's anything else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some Sepith. Several of each type of elemental Sepith. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize the full quartz. Now, I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbits. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally, at a shop, you would be able to exchange Sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. The talk mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select modify a trade to use the order. Okay, so first of all, okay. So this is the okay, so this is the bracer. This will be the bracer notebook. Okay. I'm gonna go here. Oh, good work so far. You need to use the Orbital Factory. Give Freddy a holler over there. Okay. So we can finally access. Finally access the save menu and everything, and the menu and everything. So I will do that. Okay. Do that for now. Let's see. Over here. Over here. Actually, you know what? They're fine like that. For now, they're fine like that. Okay. No. So, for this services, we're going to be using this type of stuff. We're probably going to get like some fire or some. Actually, we'll probably get a heal. Probably a better idea. Get water. So, let's see. Now, I want you to begin by first making elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbits. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Hi there, it looks like you two are doing well in your training. If you would like to modify your orbits, please select the Modified Trade Service. Okay, so we're going to go towards. So we want HP. We need one of these. Yes. Alright, we actually want to. I would rather do one of these, but water is up. HP is fine. Size one loot. Okay. So we need to open that, and we need to open that. That takes 30 of all these. So it's not too bad. We can open that, and we can open that. But not right now. Alright, so let's go into the ordnance. Let's see something. Alright, it looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now, install a quartz into your orbits so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbit screen. The orbit screen can be utilized by selecting the orbit tab in the main menu. So what we do, we will do that one. And we will do that one. So we'll get Clock Up and Soul Blur. Should be alright, okay. Alright, it looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other, like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your Bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your Bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbits. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increase by opening up slots, it'll be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use this Sepith and open a slot for each of your orbits. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. So you receive several Sepith for each type of elemental Sepith. Okay. So let's go here. Alright, we're gonna look at... See, let's look at magic. Shit. Look at magic here. Alright, so... We don't really have, like, a lot of... stuff that can mix yet. We really don't have that yet. This mixes well with like gold and mirage. Whereas like we have Earth Guard, Earth Wall, Crust. That works really well. Crust is pretty good. Forte is definitely good too, as well. Sync, I don't really get Sync too much because it requires you to be able to link everything. So, obviously, that's all the type we have. So, I'd say for this, so we're gonna do a slot first still. It doesn't really matter which one we do. So we're gonna open one of these. We're gonna go Joshua. Well, now we can't open anything. Okay, that's fine. So what we're gonna do... we did not synthesize the quartz yet. Alright, let's see here. We need to... quartz yet. We need to get a fire. And that is blocked out. Okay, well, thanks a lot. Oh, good work so far. If you need to use the orbital factory, give Freddy a holler over there. I see you managed to open one of your orbit slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular elemental, you're free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the orbital factory. Now it's time to move on to what you both been waiting for. The qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Ha ha! Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Well, oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean, like, now? I don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. I'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Cheryl? What now? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebooks. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. O divine Adius, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back in the Orbital factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll ever even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious. Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. Haha, we'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let your guard down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. See Teardawn times 3 and receive a monster guide. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You really got a good head on your shoulders there, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alright then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Alright, finally. There appears to be a recovery point set up over there. Let's use it if our HP or EP become low or engaging in any further battles. Orbital charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, a exclamation mark will appear and 2 torches will be displayed by pressing the OK button. By selecting the rest option, all each will be restored. Sounds like a plan to me. So just so you know, that means that this is a free rest station. Which means you don't really need to do anything. So we can come down here and grind all we want. Monster at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it! Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They will become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of battle will change depending on how a monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantageous, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. Okay, so this is the first battle. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Attack an enemy. You may also use it to move if you are using a mouse and clicking entering location. The highlighted area indicates the distance the character can move. Selecting target which area will move the character to attack. When an enemy is out of range, an amp will appear on your cursor. Selecting the out of range target will move the character as close to it as possible, but no attack will be performed. So see there.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts may also make long-range attacks possible, but they require time to be cast. EP is consumed when arts are used. EP can be recovered by resting at inns, hotels, or using charging station or other items, like an EP charge. Hearts are effective against foes which are difficult to hit with a weapon, or those on which physical attacks have little effect. It takes time before arts can be cast. Also, EP is consumed when arts are cast. All arts have an element. Determine the element most effective against your foe and use it. So, I'm going to use Aqua Bleed. And, I mean, these things are just seeing them anywhere. So, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that! Crafts have limited range limits, which can be utilized instantly. CP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. Crafts are character-specific skills, which not only deal out damage, but also have a broader range of effects. Using crafts continuously consumes CP. CP is gradually gained by dealing out or receiving damage in battle. So we'll go to crafts. I don't know why my phone said my streaming ended, because it did not. Anyway, we'll use a crab here.
Come on!
Oh my god, he missed twice. That's a problem with Joshua, he misses way too often. Early on, he just misses like all the time. I mean, later on he gets better, but... You can't use it yet.
Alright! We rule!
Well, that was, a little more dangerous than we wanted it to be. Found a reviving bomb. The chest is empty, because of you. Nice work, hero. Oh, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. I wish there were an easier way to take care of you. One blow using an S-Craft or S-Freak should do the trick for just about any enemy. The Catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. These devastating attacks can be unleashed when the CP gauge is about 100. S-Breaks are actions, which allows S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed by ignoring the battle order. S-Crafts which are unleashed as S-Breaks can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-Break within the main menu. So their CB is 98, watch what happens. So S-Breaks, these are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed by ignoring the battle order once the CP gauge has reached 0. S-Crafts will be used as S-Breaks, which will be used as S-Breaks can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-Break within the main menu. Press the Break button to unleash an S-Break, and S-Break cannot be unleashed under the No Don't Do It button. Now press the Break button and try unleashing an S-Break. If you're using a keyboard, you may use 1 through 4 keys unleashing it. So we're gonna do.
Here I come!
So do that on him.
Let's do this!
Obviously overkill. But whatever.
Alright, we're good to go.
Alright. Up there. So that's a treasure chest for after all. If we made it this far, the rest is gonna be a piece of cake. Seems like we've got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. During battle, there are several bonuses which can be allotted to turns. Turn bonuses have the same effect regardless of whether they are allotted to an ally or a foe. Using S-Breaks to ignore the battle order makes it easy to jump in and strip away the enemy of their turn bonus. These icons indicate the bonuses allotted to the battle order. If a bonus icon appears next to a character's icon, they will receive that bonus. Heal, HP, 7th up, etc. indicate the effects of each icon. Right, so what that means is that they can is that they get, like, she gets a heal there, but if I jump in front of him, the guy on the bottom, then I'll get that bonus. The same thing goes with, like, if I jumped in front of the bug there and got the 7th up. But the 7th up is not really that important. Also, if I kill something, I might get, like, I might jump a turn order as well. So I could do an Aqua Bleed on him. Boy, Joshua, you are really sucky with that missing. Let me tear him. Tear him. I'm healed up. Alright.
Come on.
All right, we're good to go.
Found small box times 2. That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but 2 is kinda interesting too. Wonder what's inside. Remember, still, our mission is to search for and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. We're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can't get away with a fancy-wincy pink, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means be my guest. Did you say the F word? Yes, opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Shara when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright. By looking inside this chest, again you flunk! Just kidding. So I'm probably going to end this stream relatively soon. I'm almost at the end of this test here. So I'll be diving in these sewers and actually doing some leveling maybe tonight. But I will not engage in any talking or anything like that. But I do want to level them up a bit and maybe open up their slots a bit. So. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Hand over small box ×2. Yep, they're the real deal, right? I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. We didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know, and you to find out, after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all parts of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch. As you already know by now, Aina is in charge of here at the Roulette branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training? Upon approaching the counter, a talk icon will appear. Pressing the OK button will display a list of options. Select Report to report to the guild. Hey, you two, hurry up and report. If you pass your qualification exam, then there's only one thing left to do. When you want to report that you finished a job, please select the report option. Receive payment for training. So I'll get 1 BP and 500 Mira. Current rank is Junior Bracer 9th class. Good job, you two. It seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points which are known as Bracer points, as BP, Bracer points. BP are an indication of your achievements as a Bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a Bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a Junior Bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP what you receive will also be recorded in your Bracer notebooks, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do now is to finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Aina, and sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone and innings. To the bone? And knowing Shara, it'll evolve a whip. The whip. Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then, holds out 2 small boxes. Are those boxes the ones the answer to your question? Yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside this cell. Are you saying that's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't you the both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet! Alright, let's have a look. Stella and Joshua open the boxes. Received the Junior Bracer Emblem. This quest is... So does this mean that we're... Estelle Bright? Joshua Bright? Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We become members of the Bracer Guild. So I'm a bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua! You shouldn't be jumping for joy, or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebration, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed-up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You have been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise, I appreciate all of the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of the Bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father Cassius trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on, so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Sherazade, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we are qualified as junior bracers. Right. Congratulations! You two are now official members of the Bracer Guild. From now on, I'm going to be passing jobs out to you like candy. Bring it on is all I have to say. I look forward to working with the guild. Hi there, Sol and Joshua. Oh, hi, Bridge. It looks like your training is over, isn't it? I'm humbled to know that you two are the youngest ever to pass the Bracer exam. I look forward to working with you in the same capacity. Ourselves as well. I have to get back to work now, but if there's something you don't understand, give me a holler. I have to get back to you. Current job listings. Okay. What's going on with that? My streaming service here. Okay. Seems like having trouble with Twitch here. Okay. Why am I having... There is no reason why I should be losing my... come on. So I quit the game because we were having a lot of poor network connection. Well, that's not my fault. That's your fault, Twitch. That's not my fault. I have really good connection with my network. Thank you very much. So whatever you're doing is your thing, not mine. Anyway, I'm going to stop this for now. And I shall see you all later. Thank you for joining me for Trails in the Sky FC Day 1. I will be continuing this tomorrow. Either tomorrow or sometime soon. Until then, enjoy. And thanks. I shall see you all again soon. Bye now.